Assimi Goïta, a name that echoes through the streets of Mali and resonates across the globe. A fearless leader who has stood his ground against powerful forces, saying no to both France and ECOWAS. How did a soft-spoken military man rise to such prominence, leading not one, but two coups and redefining Mali's political landscape? And make no mistake, he is the first among the Confederation of Sahel states to boot out both French and United Nations forces before Ibrahim Traoré and General Tiani followed suit after they came to power in their countries. So, who is Colonel Assimi Goïta and what is his story? Today, we delve into the story of Assimi Goïta, Mali's fearless leader. In this video, we'll explore Goïta's early life and military background, the pivotal coups that brought him to power, his unique leadership style, and his bold stance against international powers. But first, let's journey back to where it all began. Born in the village of Njiba, deep in the heart of Mali, Assimi Goïta's journey to power was anything but ordinary. What childhood experiences shaped this future leader? What influences steered him towards a life of military service? Assimi Goïta, the current president of Mali, hails from a military background, raised by a military officer and director of the military police near Bamako. His early ambition to follow his father's path led him to attend the Prytanée Militaire de Kati, a prestigious school known for training future military leaders. Growing up, Goïta was known for his quiet demeanor and sharp intellect. These early traits would later define his leadership style, but it was his fascination with strategy and discipline that led him to the military academy. At Military Prytanée of Kati, he excelled in his studies and demonstrated exceptional leadership qualities. Did you know that he was recognized multiple times for his strategic acumen and dedication? Among his early achievements, Goïta received several commendations for his performance in both academic and field exercises. His peers and superiors quickly noticed his potential, but Goïta's ambition didn't stop there. He sought advanced training programs, participating in specialized military education both locally and internationally. From counterterrorism in the United States to elite officer training in Europe, Goïta honed his skills and broadened his expertise. These experiences not only equipped him with advanced military tactics, but also exposed him to global perspectives on leadership and strategy. It was this combination of local insight and international expertise that set the stage for his future role in Mali. So, how did this highly trained soldier transition from the ranks of the military to the helm of a nation? What motivated him to lead not one, but two coups in less than a year? Stay tuned as we unravel the rise of Assimi Goïta, Mali's fearless leader. Don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe, and let us know in the comments your thoughts on Assimi Goïta's early life and training. What do you think were the key moments that prepared him for leadership? Let's get the conversation started. Assimi Goïta's leadership style is a fascinating study in contrasts. How does a soft-spoken man command such decisive action and unwavering loyalty? Let's delve into the unique attributes that define his leadership. Known for his calm and composed demeanor, Goïta rarely raises his voice. Yet, behind this quiet exterior lies a leader of remarkable decisiveness. How does this contrast impact his ability to lead effectively? Public perception of Goïta is mixed. Some see his soft-spoken nature as a sign of thoughtful leadership, while others wonder if he's tough enough for the challenges ahead. What do you think? Can a quiet leader also be a strong one? But it's his approach to leadership that truly sets him apart. Goïta's strategic decision-making and crisis management skills have been put to the test repeatedly. Let's look at some key instances. From navigating international sanctions to managing internal conflicts, Goïta has faced numerous challenges. His responses have often been swift and resolute, showcasing his fearless nature. For example, during the height of the political unrest in Mali, Goïta took bold steps to stabilize the government. His fearless decisions during these times have cemented his reputation as a strong leader. But what do you think? Is fearlessness a necessary trait for leadership? Under Goita's leadership, several key policies and reforms have been introduced. These reforms aim to reshape Mali's governance and society for the better. Major reforms include restructuring the military, promoting anti-corruption measures, and fostering economic development. These policies are already making a significant impact on Mali's governance. The impact is evident. Improved security, a more transparent government, and an invigorated economy are just some of the positive changes. However, challenges remain. What other policies should Goita focus on to ensure long-term stability in Mali? As we continue to explore Assimi Goita's journey, his leadership style reveals a complex blend of quiet strength and decisive action. How will this unique approach shape Mali's future? Assimi Goita's leadership isn't just about internal reforms, it's also defined by his bold stance on the international stage. What drives a leader to say no to powerful entities like France and the Economic Community of West African States? Let's dive into the historical context and the key moments that highlight Goita's defiance. Mali, like many West African countries, has a complex history with France. Colonized in the late 19th century, Mali gained independence in 1960, but French influence remained strong. Economic ties, military cooperation, and political interventions have kept France deeply involved in Mali's affairs. Despite independence, France maintained significant control over Mali's political and economic landscape. Over the decades, French troops have intervened in Mali several times, most notably in 2013 to counter jihadist groups. Before we continue, just a gentle reminder to like and share our videos. Also, subscribe if you haven't done so to stay informed on the latest African economic, political, and social developments, and explore how global geopolitics impact the continent. Now let's continue. And then there's the Economic Community of West African States. Founded in 1975, the Economic Community of West African States aims to promote economic integration and political stability in the region. However, its interventions in member states' politics have sometimes sparked controversy. The Economic Community of West African States has often played the role of mediator in Mali's political crises, imposing sanctions and negotiating peace agreements, but its influence hasn't always been welcomed by all. Enter Assimi Goita. From the outset, Goita's leadership was marked by a clear resistance to external influence. His bold stance against France and the Economic Community of West African States has redefined Mali's position on the global stage. One of the most significant moments came in 2021, shortly after the second coup. Goita rejected the Economic Community of West African States' imposed transitional government, insisting on Mali's sovereignty in determining its political future. This defiance led to sanctions, but Goita stood firm. Goita's stance against France has been equally assertive. He has repeatedly called for the reduction of French military presence in Mali, arguing that Mali should lead its own security efforts. This led to the expulsion of the French ambassador in early 2022, a move that sent shockwaves through diplomatic circles. He assertively carried out the expulsion of French forces from the country. The decision to end the presence of French troops in Mali came amidst deteriorating relations between his government and France. In 2022, the French government announced the withdrawal of its troops from Mali, marking the end of Operation Barkhane, a military operation aimed at combating Islamist militants in the Sahel region. The withdrawal was completed by August 2022. The move was influenced by increasing tensions and disagreements between Mali's transitional government, led by Goita, and France, particularly over issues of sovereignty, security strategies, and the presence of Russian private military contractors in Mali. But why has Goita taken such a strong stance? His reasons are rooted in a desire for true sovereignty and a belief that Mali must chart its own course without undue foreign interference. He argues that external interventions often come with strings attached, limiting Mali's ability to address its own unique challenges. Moreover, the French have not shown any proven desire to fight the jihadists ravaging Mali after so many years of being in command. As always, it turned out that France's major role in Mali was the protection of French business and ensuring that Mali's mineral resources are exploited by foreign companies, and the proceeds sent to the Bank of France, from where portions of it are finally sent to Mali. This, according to Goita, had to stop. Not done, he moved to the United Nations mission in Mali. In June 2023, Assimi Goita's government demanded the departure of the United Nations Multidimensional Integrated Stabilization Mission in Mali, MINUSMA. The Malian government cited concerns over sovereignty and the mission's effectiveness, prompting the UN to withdraw its peacekeeping forces. Now you see why Assimi Goita is a trailblazer. No wonder he has just been appointed the chairman of the newly consummated Confederation of Sahel States. However, international reactions to Goita's defiance have been swift and varied. France expressed deep concern and saw the expulsion of its ambassador as a significant diplomatic affront. The Economic Community of West African States, on the other hand, doubled down on sanctions, aiming to pressure Goita into compliance. These moves have led to a geopolitical standoff. While some countries and international bodies criticize Goita for destabilizing the region, others applaud his efforts to reclaim Mali's sovereignty. Goita's actions have certainly shaken the status quo. By challenging powerful entities like France and the Economic Community of West African States, he's forcing a re-evaluation of international relations in West Africa. The long-term consequences are still unfolding, but one thing is clear. Mali's geopolitical landscape will never be the same. Assimi Goita's defiance against France and the Economic Community of West African States marks a bold chapter in Mali's history. His leadership is a testament to the power of sovereignty and the complexities of international politics. What do you think? Is Goita right to stand up against these powerful entities? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more in-depth analysis. Let's continue this conversation. What does true sovereignty mean for a nation like Mali? Assimi Goita's leadership has sparked intense debate both within Mali and across the globe. How do different segments of Malian society view him? And what does the international community think? Let's dive into the public perception and impact of this fearless leader. Within Mali, opinions on Goita are deeply divided. In the bustling markets of Bamako, you'll hear a mix of admiration and skepticism. But what drives these differing views? A market vendor said that Goita is a true patriot. He stands up for Mali against foreign interference. We need a leader who can protect our sovereignty. That is the majority opinion you get across Mali. Public support for Goita often stems from his strong stance on sovereignty and security. Many Malians appreciate his efforts to reduce foreign influence and focus on national interests. You might think that after dispensing of French forces, Mali has become an island unto herself. Far from that. You see, as a military strategist, Assimi Goita knew the power of collaboration. He built a local coalition with like-minded neighbors that are confronted with the same security challenges. He signed the Liptako-Goma Accord with Burkina Faso and Niger for a security coalition against jihadists confronting their countries. With the pooling together of resources, intelligence, logistics, and more, they are taking on the enemies with greater ferocity, and results are showing. Mali has recovered some towns that fell to the jihadists in the days that French forces were in control. He also engineered an approach that could involve possible discussions with the jihadists, where possible, to solve a problem that is between Malians. This approach has been frowned by the West, but Goita believes that a carrot-and-stick approach could work better. After all, they are all Malians. I will leave some notable quotes from Assimi Goita at the end of this video, so watch the video till the end to benefit from his thinking. Globally, Assimi Goita's rise has not gone unnoticed. The international media portrays him in varied lights. Some see him as a disruptor, while others label him a nationalist hero. According to one political analyst, Goita's defiance against traditional powers like France is a significant shift in West African politics. It challenges the status quo and brings new dynamics into play. International political analysts and scholars are divided as well. Some praise his bold stance as a necessary step towards true independence, while others criticize the potential risks involved. But what about you? What do you think? But to help you make better judgment, let us examine one more aspect of his actions. You see, when you are fighting for your sovereignty and you find yourself in an organization that is impeding your progress, what do? Leave the organization or stay in the organization? Well, for a fearless leader like Assimi Goita, the choice is obvious. This brings us to the organization known as the Economic Community of West African States, to which Mali belongs, pays money into, and expects security assistance, among other things. Unfortunately, the assistance wasn't coming. Instead, Mali was getting sanctions in return from the same organization. Economic sanctions imposed by the Economic Community of West African States strained Mali's economy, leading to hardships for many citizens. The Economic Community of West African States continued to breathe down Mali's neck, asking for immediate return to the polls when Goita was trying to clear the mess created by the politicians. It became obvious that something had to change. So, together with Burkina Faso and Niger, Mali quit the Economic Community of West African States and formed the Confederation of Sahel States. You remember when I said that many thought that Mali will become an island unto itself? Well, after cementing her relationship with like-minded Burkina Faso and Niger, Mali did not stop there. What Mali did next sent shockwaves across the globe. Mali began to receive security assistance from Russia in late 2021. This partnership intensified following the deterioration of Mali's relations with France and other Western nations. The Malian government confirmed the presence of Russian military personnel and private security contractors, such as the Wagner Group, to support its efforts against Islamist insurgencies. Obviously, Goita knew that you need partners to succeed in the Sahel region, partners you can trust, and partners without neo-colonialist agenda. Assimi Goita's journey as Mali's leader has been marked by significant achievements, but it hasn't been without its challenges. What hurdles does Goita face today, and what lies ahead for Mali under his leadership? One of the foremost challenges is the economy. Mali has been grappling with economic issues exacerbated by international sanctions and internal disruptions. How can Goita steer Mali through these turbulent times? Economic instability has led to high inflation and unemployment rates, putting immense pressure on the government to find sustainable solutions. Security threats continue to pose significant risks. Ongoing conflicts with jihadist groups and inter-ethnic violence have strained Mali's military and resources. These security threats not only challenge Goita's leadership, but also threaten the nation's stability. On a personal level, he has been a victim of failed assassination attempt. Assimi Goita survived an assassination attempt at a mosque in Bamako, when two assailants, one of whom was wielding a knife, attacked Goita after prayers at the capital's Grand Mosque. But as a special force-trained soldier, he dodged the knife attack, and his security aides did the rest of the work. Political instability remains a concern as well. The long-term implications for Mali's political and economic stability hinge on several factors. Can Goita successfully navigate international relations? Will his internal reforms lead to sustained growth? And most importantly, will the Malian people continue to support his vision? Assimi Goita's leadership is a bold experiment in national sovereignty and resilience. The impact of his actions will shape Mali's future for years to come. What are your thoughts on Goita's leadership? On the positive side, there's been a renewed focus on national defense and a push towards self-sufficiency. Increased military training and support for local businesses are signs of this shift. While Goita has significant support, there are factions within Mali that oppose his methods and policies. This political tension complicates governance and policy implementation. What does the future hold for Assimi Goita and Mali? Speculations are rife about his potential moves and the direction he will take the country. Some analysts believe Goita will continue to focus on strengthening Mali's sovereignty, pushing for greater economic self-reliance and security reforms. Others predict he may seek new international alliances to balance the pressures from traditional powers. Mali's future relationship with international entities remains uncertain. Will Goita mend ties with the economic community of West African states and France, or will he forge new paths with non-traditional allies? These scenarios could reshape Mali's geopolitical landscape. Despite the challenges, there is hope. Mali's youth and civil society are vibrant and active, eager to build a better future. Goita's ability to harness this energy could be pivotal in shaping Mali's path forward. Assimi Goita's leadership is a complex combination of bold decisions, significant challenges, and hopeful prospects. From his defiance against international powers to his efforts to stabilize Mali internally, his legacy is still in the making. We've explored Goita's rise to power, his leadership style, the public and international perceptions, and the ongoing challenges and future prospects for Mali. What do you think lies ahead for Mali under Goita's leadership? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Do you believe Goita can overcome the current challenges and lead Mali to a brighter future? Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more insightful content. Your engagement helps us bring you the stories that matter. Thank you for watching. Stay tuned for more deep dives into the leaders and events shaping our world. I leave you with some notable quotes of Assimi Goita. On Mali's sovereignty, Mali must regain its sovereignty and dignity. We cannot allow foreign powers to dictate our future. On military intervention, our primary objective is to ensure the security and stability of our nation. We will take all necessary measures to protect Mali from internal and external threats. On political reforms, we are committed to laying the foundations for a strong and transparent political system that reflects the will of the Malian people. On international relations, we welcome cooperation with all nations, but it must be based on mutual respect and the interests of our people. On the role of the military and governance, the military is here to support and protect the democratic aspirations of the Malian people. Our goal is not to stay in power, but to facilitate a smooth transition to civilian rule. On the challenges facing Mali, Mali faces numerous challenges, from security threats to economic hardships. It is our duty to address these issues with courage and determination. On the economic community of West African state sanctions, sanctions will not deter us from our mission. We will continue to work for the betterment of Mali, regardless of external pressures. On corruption and governance, corruption has no place in Mali's future. We will implement reforms to ensure transparency and accountability in all aspects of governance. On the future of Mali, Mali's future is in the hands of its people. Together, we will build a nation that is strong, united, and prosperous. On his leadership philosophy, leadership is not about power, it is about service to the people. Our actions must always be guided by the interests of the nation and its citizens.